Hey, welcome back. This is EC's EDC. Today we're taking a look at an airbag. Specifically, the Aer Travel Pac 3. This is the small version, which comes in at 28 liters. So this airbag, this is listed in the travel category on Aer's website. They obviously are marketing this for travel due to some of the features we're going to see, the layout, and you know, it's a big bag at 28 liters. I think it's going to be a little too big for some of you folks to use on your everyday. It might be good if you carry a lot of stuff, but I would definitely recommend this in the travel category. So just to get that out front. Now, this bag is created in a 1640D ballistic nylon. This is in olive. Aer has a couple other color options. They also have a X-Pack variant on the website, so take a look there if you're looking for a more waterproof or water-resistant bag. So if you've ever seen Aer products before, you'll know that this silhouette, this profile is, you know, their bread and butter. This big front panel with the single zipper running right across the middle to break up the exterior. A lot of their other bags will share a similar design, but right off the bat we can see here this pocket is enclosed with a YKK zipper, and it also has these two webbing, small webbing loops for you to anchor onto when you're opening and closing this pocket. Inside here, we have a key leash with a Duraflex clasp for you to attach your keys onto. All the plastic hardware you'll find on this bag does come from Duraflex. The zippers on this bag are YKK, so these are going to be number 8s, and the main one will be a number 10 reverse coil. So, front of the bag, that's really all we get. We get this big old panel in Aer style, and with the two little webbing loops, which are going to give you a nice leverage point. So as we turn the bag sideways, we see a water bottle pocket. I currently have in here a Yeti, I think it's an 18-ounce bottle. It fits in there very well. It does not go down any further, so it will stick up. You can see this from the front side. It will stick up a bit, but when that bottle is not placed inside the pocket, this can actually zip closed. So this small zipper here reveals the mesh, which is adorned with a nice elastic piece of fabric at the top, which helps keep your bottle or whatever you're putting in here nice and secure. Additionally, there is a plastic D-loop up here. If you had a larger bottle or something that didn't feel too secure, you could use this as an attachment point to help keep it tethered to the bag in the case that it does fall out. I have used some larger bottles that didn't fit in here too well, maybe taller clean canteens, and I would take a small carabiner and just clip the handle of the bottle to this, and you know, it wasn't going anywhere at that point. So on the side of the bag, we have two magnetic compression straps. They are adjustable, obviously, to compress the bag down when there's less contents. I have found that while magnets are great, I don't really like these because they don't work too seamlessly. They attach great, they don't seem to come undone, but that's half the problem. I seem to struggle with these specific, I think they're Duraflex as well, magnetic compression straps. We have one handle here on the side. These handles on airbags are very comfortable. This is a seatbelt webbing. Inside is a very plush foam that's pleasant to grab onto. Same could be said about the top handle, which we'll take a look at in a moment. So great sort of hand feel and quality materials right there. We also have the Aer logo here on a piece of Hypalon that is sewn down. So this isn't a loop, or it's not hanging out, but it's tethered to the side of the bag. And here is that plastic D loop that you can tether, an item that you stash in the water bottle pocket. On the other side of the bag, we have two more compression straps, right, with the magnetic clasp. And here we have a small and pretty discreet side pocket. This side pocket has a small Hypalon tab, which is very different from the traditional Aer zipper pulls you're going to see on most bags, the big jangly zipper pulls that are synonymous with the brand Aer. But this is nice and discreet. You can actually tuck this behind the folds of fabric, making this much harder to realize, assuming you don't know it's there. But in this pocket, it's very flat, not too big, great size for a passport or other small items. AirPods, small headphones, maybe some papers or a snack would fit in here really well. And we have one more handle, as we saw on the other side. On the top of the bag, we have yet again another handle. This one is much larger, it's wider, thicker, longer, and is, it's great to use. And it should be, because this is a travel bag. You're gonna put a lot of stuff in here, and all that weight, you don't want it crushing your hand. My experience with this bag has been great. I love the comfort features that Aer puts in their products. So nice job on that. We also have a small quick access pocket. This quick access pocket is fleece lined. So you're gonna put your valuables in here. I have a Google Pixel in there right now. In this travel scenario, I will say the bag's pretty full. I don't know if I'd put sunglasses in here, especially expensive sunglasses, because of the different things compressing in from both sides. I just don't know how crushed it would get, especially if something were to be on top of this. But it is fleece lined, it is padded, it's very nice and protected. Feel great about putting a phone in there, but not sure if I'd put sunglasses in there. And outside of the handle and the quick access pocket, that's it for the top. We come around to the back of the bag, and the first thing that you're going to see here are these big, beefy straps. I do associate Aer with comfort. I've never worn an Aer bag that wasn't comfortable. They, I think, overdo it in a good way with the foam that they choose to use on the back panel, as well as inside the straps. The strap width I find to be perfect for me. I know some folks are particular about that, but we've got here, maybe just right around 2.5 inches of separation between the two straps, which I think is the sweet spot for most bags. But more of that 1680D ballistic nylon. We have Aer's branding on another Hypalon tab here, and a plastic D-loop to connect accessories to the front of the bag. At the top of the straps, we have a pair of load lifters. And as a travel bag can often get, these load lifters help bring that heavy weight closer to your shoulder. So if you're not carrying a heavy weight, you don't have to use these. I think it's a nice touch that they put them on here. And you also have this little strap to secure the ends and flap, the extra nylon away, so they're not, hitting you in the neck or coming up and tickling the back of your head. So load lifters, thumbs up from me on a bag of this size. Could go with, could go without, but I find that they help. Then we have our sternum strap. This is attached by a split bar Duraflex clasp that slides up and down this webbing. and it is secured, again, by more Duraflex magnetic hardware. I don't love it. I like magnets in general. Sometimes I don't feel that they are the best suited for sternum straps. And the reason for that is it can be hard to do with one hand. Like, well, that worked. But when on your body with tension, it's sometimes hard to flip off your chest. So I struggle with this one specifically. I also find that the magnets, when the bag is, when this bag is just sitting here like this, and sometimes those straps will go and attach to themselves. And when that happens, you go to put the bag on, and it's already attached, and it's just one more thing. Whereas a plastic clasp wouldn't do that on its own. More Duraflex ladder locks down here. We do have strap keepers on this bag, which are awesome. I think it's the easiest thing a company can do to, neaten up the bag for what I assume is a pretty low cost overall. But these elastic strap keepers really help you tidy up your extra nylon. And then between the two foam pads on the back panel, we have our luggage pass-through, which is nice and tight. There's no slack with this. Your luggage handle is going to fit through nicely, and then when you're done, it's going to return and lie very flush with this channel. This channel is also going to provide you with a lot of airflow. So this spacer mesh and the foam is going to breathe well. This is going to provide great airflow. So overall, I think Aer is doing a really good job of thinking about heavy bag, probably a lot of walking, really good breathability. And then the last thing to mention on the back panel is we have two nylon loops down here at the bottom. These are for a removable hip belt, which Aer sells separately if you really needed it. I think when you look at the 35-liter bag, the bigger version of this, then you might want to consider a hip belt, but I'm not sure it really calls for it at this size. Nice to have though. Anyways. So that is a quick overview of the exterior features and materials. Let's quickly look at this front pocket. Now the front pocket, I don't have anything in here except my keys, which are attached to this key leash and Duraflex plastic clasp. This does have some dimension built in based on how the pattern is sewn, so you can definitely fit some smaller, maybe chunkier items in here, but I personally don't keep anything in there. And again, these are the zipper pulls, right? They're on their own, they're not too bad, but when you have a couple of them, they jangle and they make a lot of noise. But we'll take a look now at, wrong pocket. We will take a look now at the admin pocket right here. So the admin pocket is very well thought out. You have two pockets right here for you to slip items into. A power brick, a 140 watt Mac power brick's going to fit in here very easily. I can get pretty much my whole fist in there, no problem. It's very spacious, and there are two of them. Here is a small little, it's sort of see-through. You can barely see that I have something in there, but I just stashed a small flash drive in that pocket. And there's another slip pocket here, one sized for a pen. I've got a flashlight attached and just a pack of gum over here. Then above those, there is a zipper pocket, which is essentially this right here. So if you need to secure some valuables or maybe wanted to keep something from falling out, this is a good place. Personally, I know earlier I showed you this discreet pocket is sized to fit a passport, which it is. I wouldn't keep my passport there. It feels too exposed. I would probably keep it in here if I was traveling. And then lastly, in the admin panel, we have one large sleeve that goes under here to about where you can see that seam. And I've just placed a notebook down there. One thing I do like about this admin pocket and panel is this area down here. If you stick stuff in here, sometimes with pockets that are, kind of clamshell, items can fall out. This provides you a nice little bucket, and your things, if they're in there and you open this all the way, they're not going to fall out. They're secured because it is, in a way, a little bucket for you. So that's your admin panel. I just realized I don't think I showed you the laptop compartment. So let's take a look. Laptop compartment is right here behind an AquaGuard zipper, and it opens up. Obviously is going to fit a 16-inch MacBook Pro. It is suspended and padded. It's so padded because of how much foam and padding there is on the back panel. And that fits in there no problem. You can probably even go, one size up from a MacBook Pro 16-inch, current version too. And then they also have included here a little pocket up at the top. And inside the laptop compartment, this is kind of like a quick access too, assuming the backpack's not on. If it's in front of you, this is super easy to get to. But I've got, I got my snacks up there. And this is, again, another pouch that I recently purchased from Urban Myth. And, it's going to do snack duty for a little while. So really like this. And I really like this little internal pocket because it is hidden and sneaky and does a nice job of providing you some additional internal organization. And now we're gonna take a look at the contents inside the bag. So this is a full clamshell bag, and I've got it pretty much packed out to capacity, pretty close anyways. And in this packing cube, I have 4 days worth of clothes. So pull this out. This is the Evergoods Travel Packing Cube 8-liter. I have 4 shirts rolled here, 4 pairs of underwear, socks, a bathing suit, pair of shorts in there. So 4 full days of clothing. That fits in there really well. I have a small packing cube, which is not in any way packed out to its capacity, but this Peak Design packing cube holds a jacket, in case the plane's cold. This will be an easy thing for me to grab, isolated from the rest of the stuff. And then I have a pair of headphones. It's a travel bag, getting on a plane, I'm gonna bring my headphones. We've got a DOP kit. This is the Aer Travel Kit 2, and I will bring this when I'm doing like 3 or more days. Holds my shampoo and my razor and such, so it's nice to have something a little bit bigger. Otherwise, I would definitely go for something more minimalist than that. And then I have a Cap 1, and my Cap 1 is really just my basic tech needs. This will fit pretty much everything that I'm going to be bringing with me in a travel scenario. So this is the main capacity, or the main area here. It's very simple. There's not much going on. We do have one more nice discreet internal pocket. So this is a great place for valuables. Easy to miss, but probably about that big inside the side of the main compartment. We've got a small tag that just outlines the product information. And here we can see that padded, fleece-lined, quick access pocket. Behind that is a small hidden mesh pocket which you can stick in an air tag. So I've got an air tag in here. I'll always bring an air tag with my backpacks, definitely when traveling, just in case the worst happens. And you know, that does it for the main compartment. So I wanted to really quick just bring out a Peak Design packing cube, their larger version, and just show you what that looks like. So this has 5 days of clothes. This is doing 4. I think I also have like an extra pair of shorts. So I think there's 2 pairs of shorts, bathing suit, 5 shirts, 5 underwear, 5 socks. And you know, there's still some room in this. It could be larger, but it's pretty full. But to show you the difference, you know, it's almost half the height larger than double the size of this Evergoods packing cube. So putting in my DOP kit, you know, I'm starting to run out of space. So, you know, if you put the headphones in there, you can put the tech thing here. I don't know if you're going to get all of this stuff into this bag in the same orientation. In fact, you're definitely not. Yeah, no way. It's, you know, that's not going to close or feel comfortable packed to the gills. So what I would do if I was bringing this big old packing cube, I would find a way to make this a little smaller. And I'll probably use, you know, I've got a smaller, more minimalist DOP kit here. This is the Evergoods half cap. And this is going to save me a ton of space. So tuck that right there. Probably actually throw the tech stuff on top. Half cap, and then my headphones right here, and the jacket will compress down pretty well. So now you're getting the Peak Design larger packing cube, 5 days of clothes. I'm still bringing all the same things. I just chose zippers. I just chose to minimize this larger DOP kit. So we're packed out. One thing I hadn't shown you, which is the inside of the front panel. We have one stretch mesh pocket right here. And in here, I've got a couple smaller pouches. I've got my topo pouch. This is sort of my really quick, just little first aid pouch. And then I've got this small pouch from Urban Myth, which I've started to use as a catch-all for some other small items. I've got some cash, business cards, and some other odds and ends in there. But I've been really liking this, and I'm starting to use it. And this is stretchy, so this is going to also accommodate odd-shaped items, which is nice. But it's harder to see here. There is another hidden pocket on the back side of this front panel, which takes up this whole space here. So this could be, you know, I don't know what you're going to use this for. It's not very thick. It's a very thin space, but you could put in there maybe notebooks, a magazine. If you needed something larger and flat, maybe if you were bringing a you know, a dress shirt, you're going to do one night out on your travel, you could carefully fold that, place it in here, and zip it up, and that would isolate it from the rest of the stuff you have in your bag. But that is right here on this zipper. So that is your quick walkthrough. And, you know, travel pack out for the Aer Travel Pac 3, small. So this is the 28-liter version. Again, obviously in the olive colorway. But I have some thoughts and felt like I should probably share them with you. So overall, I do really like airbags. I said it earlier, to me, air equals comfort. Backpacks, slings, they have all been very pleasurable to use, and I really like the things that you're going to interact with. The straps, the grab handles. I like the 1680D ballistic nylon, but I do not like the magnets. Maybe it's Duraflex and these magnets. I struggle with these specifically. Also, I'm not a big fan of all these jangly zippers. They make a lot of noise. They get caught in the other compartments when things are opening and closing, which is frustrating. You know, I'll have the main compartment here and go into the admin compartment, and as I close it, it snags this zipper. So, you know, something to consider. You can easily just take these off. They're just looped over, but just a personal note there. Let's see. These pull tabs, I think these are awesome. I kind of wish Aer put 2 more down here at the bottom so that you could, you know, in this case, right, open and close the bag and have a little bit of leverage with such a simple little pull tab. The bottle pocket it's okay. I like that it lies flush when you zip this up, but this, you know, it's beginning to sort of wear out. There's not a ton of elasticity remaining, and it's also going to be limiting. This is pretty close to the biggest bottle you're going to be able to put in here, and it's only, you know, you can compare this to your own bottle. It's like just about 3 inches wide. So food for thought on your own bottles, maybe fitting in there, maybe not fitting in there. And then the last thing, and this isn't a critique, this is going to be a personal opinion. The admin panel, where's that zipper? The admin panel, when they're set up like this, is not the style of backpack I would gravitate to. I typically am going to bring pouches, and the pouches are going to hold specific things or like items, and I'm just going to throw that in the bag and I'm going to pull the pouch out when I need something. This feels like you're not going to use a pouch. You're going to have your laptop charger in here, and you're going to have, you know, some cables in here, maybe a hard drive living up here. You're gonna operate out of this. This is going to be the pouch, if you will. So if you don't like using pouches, you know, these admin style panels are fantastic. But for me, you know, I make do. I don't really use it too often. I'll put a couple small things like this in here, and I'll just throw a pouch in the bag somewhere. The last thing that I really love are the quick access pockets. So I think this is a nice touch. This is great. Throw a pair of AirPods there. You can get to them whenever you need them. Maybe you know, your boarding pass or something. This super soft, plush, padded, fleece-lined quick access pocket on the top of the bag is spectacular. It does feel a little crammed when you got stuff on both sides of the bag, but overall I love that stuff, and I really like the AirTag pocket. Such a small little detail, but that's nice to have. A hidden AirTag pocket for you to stash, you know, a tracker so you can keep an eye on your stuff. So yeah, Aer Travel Pac 3 28 liter olive 1680D backpack, super comfortable. Love the straps. Can't tell you enough how comfortable I find Aer backpacks. A little finicky on the magnets on this one, but overall great travel bag. I think this is gonna be an option for some of you one-baggers. You ultra light one-baggers are not gonna like this. This is 3 pounds, 3.79 pounds, so like bordering 4 pounds. It's a big, hefty bag, and that's from all the foam, right? They want it to be comfortable. They're gonna give you that comfort, you're gonna pay for it. So people traveling on planes, thinking about, one-bagging it, I think this is a good option. You don't feel the weight too much with all the comfort you're going to experience. And partnering this with rolling luggage and maybe not having it packed quite as much, pulling in on the compression straps to slim the bag a little bit when it's not as full is an option as well. And you still have the luggage pass-through, so you can throw it on top of your roller. I think Aer did a really nice job with this bag. This was, I've owned a couple versions of this, and I was always a big fan, and I still am. I think they make a really quality product. So check them out if you're interested in the travel line from Aer Products. But thanks for tuning in. I will catch you guys in the next one, and until then, have a great day.